you take me back to Saturday, first of all, and what goes through the defense's minds when a couple of times you probably think that you had the victory secured, but you have to keep on going out there to do so. How do you handle that as one of the leaders on this team?
One of the biggest things we try to work on, and we've been working on since I've got here, is sudden change. As a defense, you want to be ready at any time. Possession could change hands, and you have to get out there and do what you have to do. Coach Gibby always says, and he said it all game, none of that matters. Nothing that just happened matters. It's all about what we go out there and do. So, if you look back, we've done a pretty decent job of keeping guys out of red zone in those situations. And, we did a decent job Saturday. We had one mishap where the quarterback ended up getting in. But, we got in and worked that out, and can't wait to get out and practice today and correct some of those things and get ready for next week.
Quite a different offense that you're preparing for this year. It's so balanced, so dangerous at a number of positions. When you turn on that tape, what jumps out at you?
One of the biggest things is their big playability. That's what a lot of people fail to realize about Oklahoma. They have some really good guys in the backfield. They have some really good receivers who can break a run for 60, or Mayfield can throw it deep and the receiver come down with it for 60. You want to limit those big plays and not allow them to gain that kind of momentum on you, and keep the ball in your control and keep the game in your control.
They have two running backs who it's nothing of a surprise if they each eclipse 100 yards in a game. The challenges of having two who can present such an issue for you.
You just got to be ready to play all four quarters. You got to be ready to play all four quarters. When you have two guys who can run the ball, you don't really worry about one maybe getting tired toward the end of the game. And one thing about those guys is that run game is something they feed on. I know they're going to run the ball. They're going to run the ball. It's Oklahoma. That's what they do. They line up, run the ball right at you. And, when they have two decent running backs, I'm pretty sure that game plan won't change at all. So, that's something we're going to prepare for. That's something I'm pretty sure Coach Gibby has a plan for. And that's something we'll be ready for.
Does it mean anything to you that no West Virginia team in the Big 12 has beaten Oklahoma?
It means everything to me, to be completely honest. You try not to think about stuff like that a lot. But, coming into this year, I knew since I've been here and been playing, there were certain teams that we never were able to get over that hump against. So, not necessarily saying that we come into any year and circle any games, but, there are those games where all right, this has been one of the things that's been holding us back the last few years. And, we can get over that hump, then we can start making more progress. We've done a lot of that this year, and, we want to continue that and keep that going this week as well.
When you look at the Kansas State, obviously that has been a team that's been kind of a thorn on your side. Getting past that game.
Yeah, and that goes back to, what I was just saying, games like that, when you come in after those games and we say things like, in previous years, that may have been a game we weren't able to pull out. That's helped build our confidence, and that's helped us understand and come into every game knowing that we can win and believing that we can win against whoever we play, anywhere, anytime. So, it's done a great deal for our confidence and for the players that have been here for a while, and for the guys who are new, the new guys that have just gotten here and have been able to get in and help us out and winning some of these games. So, getting past these guys would not only do a great deal for us this year, but it'll do a great deal for the program and what it means since we've been in the Big 12 and what we've accomplished since we've been in the Big 12.
I know Coach Gibson, he says, don't concentrate on the stats so much as ultimately the bottom line. As a defensive player, I know you don't want to give up large chunks of yards, but are you able to say, hey, end of the day, we want to do?
Right. Like I say all the time, I don't care who the player is, who we're playing against. As a defense, like you said, you never want to give up a certain amount of yards. You never want to give up a lot of yards. But honestly, at the end of the day, if you come out with the victory, then at least when you watch that film, it feels a lot better knowing that with those mistakes you made to allow them to get those yards or however it may have happened, it's a lot better going in and being able to correct those mistakes with a win as it is with a loss.